Hi, I'm River, your iTeacher. Do you need to prepare for a job interview? Or are you getting ready for your speaking exam? Well, in today's video, I'm going to help you with speaking. Many students tell me that when they're in a job interview or when they're doing their speaking test on their exam, they don't know what to say. And as a result, their answers are too short. So, don't worry. Today I'm going to help you with some tips how you can speak for a long time. In today's lesson, I'm going to give you some expressions that you can use in any question, and also show you how to organize your answer, which is important. Alright, first today I'm going to start with an example. And then after the example, we will look at it together and see the expressions that I used and how I organized my answer. In interview questions, you are often asked your opinion about something, what you believe. And this is also true for exam speaking questions. So, to start off with, we'll think of a question with an opinion. What is the biggest problem in your city? Listen to my answer, and after we'll break it down. Break it down means look at it in pieces. That's a good question. Let me think. The biggest problem in my city has got to be the rubbish. There are a few reasons why. The first reason is that there is a lot of garbage on the street in my city, and it looks terrible. Another reason is that in the summer it's very hot, and this rubbish, this trash, it also begins to smell terrible. I remember last summer I was walking down the street and it was difficult to go down the street because there was so much garbage. The city has a problem with the company that collects the garbage. That's why I think rubbish is the biggest problem in my city. Okay, there you have my complete answer. You can see that I talked about different things. I organized my answer with different parts. The first part, I started with some expressions to begin. Expressions you can use are, let's look at the video. What did I say? That's a good question. Let me think. That's a good question. Or, that's an interesting question. That's a difficult question. Those are nice sentences that you can use when you begin your answer. They give you a moment to think. And additionally, if you need another second, you can say something like, let me think. Let me think is an expression we use to organize your thoughts. When you use this expression, you cannot pause for a long time, but it gives you another second just to organize your ideas. Let's listen to what I said next. I think the biggest problem in my city has got to be the rubbish. You begin your answer by giving your opinion. And after you give your opinion, which is usually 1 or 2 sentences, you need to say why. You need to give reasons for your opinion. So you can use these expressions. There are a few reasons why. The first reason is, another reason is, those expressions help to organize your answer, and you can use them in any situation, in a job interview or on a speaking test. So, after you say there are a few reasons why, the first is, you should give at least 2 reasons why you have your opinion. When you want to give the second reason, you can say, another reason is, Or you can say, the second reason is, and then you give your next reason. All right, that's the second part of your answer. The first part is the opinion, the second part are the reasons, and then we go to the third part. Listen to what I said in my answer. I remember last summer I was walking down the street and it was difficult to go down the street because there was so much garbage. So, what kind of information did we hear in the third part of my answer? Well, in the third part, you want to either give an example or you want to share an experience or personal story. So I talked about last summer and how it was a problem for me. When you want to give an example, you can just say, for example. Or if you want to share a personal story or experience, you can say something like, I remember. And then you talk about an experience which supports your opinion. Then we are almost finished with our answer, and a good way to conclude is to repeat what your opinion is. And you do it like this. You say, that's why, and repeat your first opinion. That's why I think rubbish is the biggest problem in my city. So, to have a good answer, we need a few things. We want to start with a good introduction. Oh, that's an interesting question. Let me think. Then you want to give your opinion. Next, it's important to give some reasons. Finally, you want to share an experience or give an example, maybe 2 or 3 sentences. And then finally, to show people that your answer is finished, you can use expressions like, that's why I think, and then you repeat your opinion. All right. Now, you can practice this at home. A good way to practice is to think about some different topics that some people like and some people don't like. For instance, you could practice talking about smoking. And then you would think for a moment, do you like smoking or you don't like smoking? And then you give your answer with your reasons, with your experience. When you practice this, you should, if you can, use a mobile phone and record your answer. It's very useful to listen to your answer because when you're speaking and perhaps if you're nervous, you might make mistakes and you don't know. But if you listen to it afterwards, you can hear your answer and decide if you need to change things. Also, if you record your answer, you can see how long you were speaking, all right? It's important that you can speak for 30 seconds, a minute, or even 2 minutes without a problem. Because when you have a job interview or on a speaking test, it's not okay to have a 1-sentence answer, all right? Other topics that you could try are things like, do you like going shopping? All right. Do you like waking up early in the morning? Do you like cooking? So, very easy. Choose a simple topic. And what is important is that you can give your opinion. You can say why you have your opinion. And you can give an example or share a personal story. Okay, now I'm going to show you some other topics that you can use to practice. Let's do another example. In this second example, I will also use the same expressions and organize my answer in the same way. Okay, we need to choose a topic. The topic is not so important. What is more important is that you practice speaking, you practice using the expressions, and organizing your answer. So, we could choose a topic like Chinese food. Do you like Chinese food? This is not a question in your exam, not a question in a job interview, but it's still a very good topic to practice speaking. If you've never tried Chinese food, then probably you need to choose a different topic. It could be Indian food, or it could be any kind of food. So, if the question to practice is, do you like Chinese food? Listen to my answer. That's a good question. Let me think. Well, I love Chinese food. There are a few reasons why. The first reason is that in Chinese cooking, there are many different flavors that we don't have in English traditional cooking. There are flavors like sweet and sour and a lot of really good flavors. Another reason I like Chinese food, especially when you go to a restaurant, is that when you go with maybe 3 or 4 friends or people in your family, everyone orders dishes and you share the dishes. So when you're sitting down at the restaurant, you can try many different dishes. In English cooking and at English restaurants, usually you go to the restaurant, you order one thing for yourself, and you only try one food. I remember when I was a young boy, our family would go to Chinese restaurants very often. And I have many happy memories about eating with the family lots of delicious food. That's why I like Chinese food. Okay. You can see that in that answer, I organized my answer. Okay, it was organized. I used expressions, let me think, I gave you my opinion, I said there are a few reasons why, and then at the end I shared an example with you, and then I repeated my opinion. That's why I like Chinese food. Again, the topics are not always so important. The first thing you want to do is just practice speaking about easy things and organizing your answer using these expressions. Then you can move on to more complicated questions. You can always go to the internet, to Google, and type in job interview questions. Or you can go online and check for exam speaking questions. And then use the same tips to help you with those questions. All right, I hope you have learned some things that will help you in your next speaking exam or in your next job interview. I'm sure that if you use these expressions and organize your answer, you'll have great results. Okay, that's the end of this mini lesson. If you have any questions, leave us a comment, or you can contact us at our website, iteacher.eu. I'll see you next time. Bye.